Can Nigeria and Algeria produce enough fuel that can cater for the continent during this global crisis? Welcome to the Finance Podcast, and it's Finance with Abbas. On today's episode, we'll be looking at Dangote Refinery, if they can produce enough fuel to cater for the continent, and if Dangote's fuel is good enough to keep our cars running. Before I continue, do well to like, do well to share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more finance content from us. Make sure you watch this video to the end to take one or two informations from this that might help you in your daily endeavors. Let's watch this video before we dive right in.
At the center of the crisis is the Strait of Hormuz, the key shipping route for around a fifth of the world's oil supply. The tensions are expected to push fuel prices higher across Africa, raising the risk of shortages, inflation, and further pressure on national currencies.
I'd like us to take some comments from the comment section. First person here says, so why did fuel go from 1k to 1.4 per liter? Oliver Rusey says, they have oil but they can't refine it. It's Musti says, God bless Nigerians. I am Kla Vish says, no be ANPC. Our price oil go dey 500 naira. Fuel is 1,220 naira in Abuja, Nigeria. Things are just too expensive, especially transportation from Dede to Apo is 2,000 naira. Harrison says, this should enlighten the government of this country to renegotiate a deal with other European countries so that they can invest in oil in Africa. They can create or bring in facilities, and then they are given percentage or a reduced price for a particular period of time. Dangote's refinery is a beast. I'm talking about a 650,000 barrels per day beast. To put that in perspective, that is enough to provide Nigeria with enough fuel daily during this crisis. And not just that, we have enough supply left to supply other African countries who are interested in buying fuel from Nigeria. I'd like us to watch this video.
The Dangote mega refinery east of the Nigerian city of Lagos says it began exporting fuel to other African countries. Dangote Refinery announced Sunday it had sold a total of 456,000 tons of oil to 5 countries: Cameroon, Togo, Tanzania, Ghana, and the Ivory Coast.
If you listen to that news correctly, you would hear that Nigeria is already supplying 5 other African countries with fuel. As of February 2026, the refinery hit its full capacity. Its full capacity is to produce 650,000 barrels of fuel per day. Nigeria was the oil giant that couldn't refine its own oil. We were always consumers, importing fuel from other countries, but now we are now the producers. I'd like us to hear from the CEO of Dangote's refinery.
This plant, by way of size, is the first. It is the single largest single-train refinery in the world. There is no column which can process 650,000 barrels per day in one column.
The UAV standard is clean and clear. It is better for your engines and is also meeting global standards. I'd like us to watch a video of the comparison between Dangote's fuel and an imported fuel.
But 2 brand new I better pass my neighbor generators straight out of the box just for this experiment, so no stories. MRS petrol stations have a partnership with Dangote Refinery, meaning you can buy locally refined fuel from them. For the comparison, I also bought fuel from NNPC in Ojodubega, Lagos. Now, looking at both fuels, the Dangote fuel looks a little bit darker. For these small generators, you have to mix the fuel with engine oil before use, so I did exactly that for both of them. I filled both generators with the same quantity of fuel, turned them on, set a timer. And after 17 minutes 51 seconds, the generator running on NNPC fuel died first. Meanwhile, the generator using MRS fuel kept running for 30 minutes. That's a 13 minutes difference. So yeah, it looks like the Dangote refined fuel actually lasts longer than the fuel you get from at least NNPC.
Angola's hope lies in their export of their crude. But the truth still stands. Without a refinery, Angola still needs to import fuel from other countries, meaning that they are very vulnerable to the global swing of fuel. I would like us to watch this video from someone from Namibia and hear what she has to say about the fuel from Angola.
If you asked why Namibia does not just get its oil and petrol and diesel from Angola, Angolan oil is not a viable Namibian option due to the lack of quality standards, limited refinery capacity, and a lack of economic and supply benefits.
Away from that, most people are saying the Dangote take money from his pocket to build this refinery, or did he get loans from the government? Was the land given to him free? How many shares does he have? How many shares does the government have? I'm going to answer all of that questions right now. The Nigerian government, through the NNPC, currently holds a 7.25 equity stake in Dangote's refinery. They didn't just give him the money, they bought into the business. So yes, Nigeria also supported a bit in the building of Dangote's refinery, but mainly a majority of the money came from Dangote. Dangote is saying that he didn't get any incentives from the government. He bought land from the Lagos state government in full. The only thing he got was that he got a fair price for the land that he got. Let's watch this video for clarification.
And I repeat, we did not collect one single incentive from the federal government of Nigeria or from even the Lagos state of Nigeria. Yes, Lagos state, maybe they gave us a good deal, but we paid $100 million for the land. It wasn't a free land. We paid for it, okay?
So now we are cleared. He didn't get incentives from the government. The only thing he got was a fair deal on the price of the land. Even with the fact that Dangote's refinery is trying to make us stay connected even during this global crisis, most people are still saying that Dangote is trying to monopolize Nigeria, forgetting that this is a global crisis. It's not Dangote that engineered the crisis. Let's watch this video.
Dangerous to rely solely on Dangote if we're talking energy security. How many companies in Nigeria over the last 30 years, Abdullahi has invested $10 billion in Nigeria? How many companies? The barrier to entry for building a commercial refinery that size, that is the 7th largest in the world, not in Africa, in the entire world, yeah, is very high. How many companies in Nigeria today can pull equity and debt financing to build a refinery even half of that size? Mention 5 of them.
Mind you, Dangote is the only one that has a working and a functional refinery in Africa at the moment. A refinery that can produce enough fuel for almost everybody. When he invested in his business, when he believed in himself, nobody was talking about it. Now that it's time for him to benefit from what he invested in, most of you are now angry about it. I'd like us to watch this video so you can see that even most of his big friends and people that he really respects advise him not to build this refinery, but because he believed in it and because he believed in his hometown, Nigeria, he came back to Africa to build so that he can better the life of Africans.
And Dr. Fale, who used to be the Minister of Energy, invited me, to just come and break the fasting with him, and I went there. So he just said, well, Aliko, I heard that you are planning on building a refinery. What capacity? I said 650,000. He kept quiet for a while. I said, but is it Jobel somewhere, just about 120 kilometers from Mecca, we're building one, and I think I would like you to go and have a look. We ourselves, as Saudi Aramco, we're facing a lot of challenges, but anyway, we're proceeding with it. But my advice to you is not to do it. Wow. Because normally refineries are built by major oil corporations or sovereign countries. I said, but Your Excellency, unfortunately, we have already started. So I'm not really looking for an advice.
If one man had the guts to build a refinery, don't downplay him. Instead of you to talk down on him and try to accuse him of trying to monopolize Nigeria or Africa, build your own refinery and compete. The only scary part is, does this mean that if one refinery has a fault, the whole of Africa is going to face blackout because of the global crisis? Fuel is flowing, standards are high, and the ships are moving. Issue we're having is the price at the pump. That's what brings us to this very bitter question. Is this independence or dependence? Is Dangote a hero or is he a business mogul? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Solid Finance Podcast, for more finance content from us. Until next time, bye for now.